Hello everyone! This is Saurian Target welcoming you back to another video talking about Carnivore's Dinosaur Hunt. Specifically, what I think the game does right and does better than its previous two releases. If you want my more generalized overview thoughts of the game as a whole, you can check out my Dinosaur Hunt review, but today we're going to cover all the things the game excels at in more detail. Also, it should be noted that as of the time of writing this, Dinosaur Hunt has not yet received any updates or patches, so all of this just applies to the base game right now. So without further ado, let's begin. I want to start off by praising the weightier sense of progression the game has. Like I mentioned in my Dinosaur Hunt review, I beat Carnivores HD and Carnivores Reborn in about 6 to 8 hours of pretty casual playtime, but it took me about 4 to 5 days of more consistent play to unlock everything in Dinosaur Hunt. Between the more expensive licenses, weapons, and equipment, plus all the little upgrade tiers for the weapons, hunter, and the mist device, it really does feel like a longer, more involved game, even though technically not that much more has been added. To me, this makes each successful hunt feel even more rewarding, and it is genuinely exciting to get back from a hunt to see all the new stuff you've unlocked. On the topic of equipment, the larger amount of it and the order you unlock it in feels like one of the most improved aspects of the game. Each weapon has its own little set of purchasable upgrades, and the upgrades for the mist device and the hunter return from Carnivores Reborn, which gives us more things to spend our gems on and keeps the progression system going. I also think the rebalanced equipment order is a really nice change of pace. The equipment order in HD and Reborn felt kind of all over the place, like it was just thrown together with no real sense of progression. Why are cover scent and camouflage so far apart when they're always used together? Why is the radar the final, ultimate item you unlock when it requires zero skill to use? I have no good answers for those questions, but luckily there seems to be some sense of build-up and progression behind the unlocking order in Dinosaur Hunt. You'll start off with the radar and the X-ray visor, both of which penalize your score significantly because they're the cheap cheat code crap. So I like that the game just gets them out of the way at the start. Then you move on to the actual helpful items like the Pathfinder, the Beeper, and the Decoy, slightly less immersion breaking and can still be used by more experienced hunters. Then the cover scent and camouflage are unlocked and they're back together with a lowered score penalty, followed by two of the most helpful rewards that everyone is building towards with the revolver and double ammo. And finally, the ultimate prize, the Pro License, which allows you to hunt any dinosaur on any map. The equipment in Dinosaur Hunt actually builds towards helpful items that you'll actually want to use, which is nice. I never use the radar, so there was never a reason to get excited about unlocking new equipment in Carnivores HD. But I've wanted that Pro License since 2013, so you bet I was consistently motivated to work towards that. Your very first hunt in Dinosaur Hunt is straight up a tutorial, which I think is a brilliant move. I remember all the way back in Carnivores HD where the game just threw you into the deep end from the start. No introduction, no hints, no instructions or controls, just this is the game. Now, Reborn did handle it a bit better by structuring the first hunt like a tutorial, which gave you hints and an introduction and all that. But Dinosaur Hunt goes all the way, which I think is great. The tutorial introduces people to the world and the concept and the controls and mechanics and just feels like someone cares enough to point you in the right direction. And as far as tutorials go, it's super simple and super quick, so if you already know how the game works, you can have the whole thing done in less than a minute. I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention just how beautiful the game looks and how smoothly it runs. About a week before the game actually launched, the first few early gameplay videos floating around on YouTube were of Switch gameplay, and I watched all those videos and thought, yeah, this is a definite graphical downgrade. However, once I finally got my hands on the game for my PS4, all those worries were nullified. The game looks gorgeous and runs as smooth as butter, better than HD or Reborn ever did for me. And again, not just in-game graphics, but the menu design and the UI look great too. They're much darker and bloodier than HD or Reborn. Very gritty, very carnivores, and I just love it. The game's also just overall more fun to play. Between the bugs and the handicaps and the poor dinosaur AI and pathfinding, Carnivores HD could sometimes be fun to play, and Reborn was almost unplayable. But Dinosaur Hunt is the only one of the three that I actually want to play, not just hop on occasionally for a nostalgia trip. Between the sense of progression and the fixed dinosaur behavior, it's more stable and more fun than the other two in my opinion, and I actually look forward to playing it and enjoy it when I do. There are also a couple of minor features added that I've always secretly thought would be great little additions, but never actually thought would get implemented, so to see them here makes me really happy. In Carnivores HD and Reborn, if you shot a Pteranodon out of the sky, it would fall right through the ground and disappear forever, so we never got to get a good look at them in-game. But in Dinosaur Hunt, they actually land on the ground, so you can look at them, which is fantastic. And I have no idea why it took this long to get this feature in the game. The other little feature that I love is that running towards the retriever bot parked in the back of the trophy room will actually prompt an exit screen, which is just way more fun and immersive than just exiting from a menu. It's like you're actually gearing up to go back to base in the ship that brought you to this floating metal taxidermy island hovering over an alien ocean. Anyway, that's a really cool feature and I use it all the time now. All of these features we've talked about so far are great and are really nice improvements over Carnivores HD and Reborn in my opinion. But the biggest and most substantial improvement has got to be the fixed dinosaur pathfinding and AI. To me personally, this is fundamentally what makes the game more fun to play. The dinosaur hunting actually works in the dinosaur hunting game this time. Hunting dinosaurs in Carnivores HD was wonky at times and was a nightmare in Reborn, but it is so much fun in Dinosaur Hunt. I've been playing the game for almost 2 weeks now and have not seen a single dinosaur get stuck on terrain or run in circles or motionlessly rotate a full 180 degrees before running away. If a dinosaur is spooked or is shot, it just takes off running. And if a carnivore is hungry, it runs right at you and it's amazing every time. And those new carnivore charge animations where they just start sprinting right at you with jaws open wide, they're absolutely terrifying. I was never afraid of the predatory dinosaurs in HD or Reborn because I always knew they'd get stuck or confused trying to get to me. But Dinosaur Hunt has brought the unsettling terror of hunting dinosaurs back to carnivores. I feel that dread and uncertainty and helplessness I felt when I was playing Carnivores 2 as a kid, and it's fantastic. I'm also very glad to see the Ceratosaurus has a proper kill animation this time. It is so much better than that terrible leapfrog one in Reborn, even if all the kill animations are still a little glitchy. I guess that finally explains what this mystery Ceratosaurus animation was from the Reborn art book. And of course, I have to mention the absolute delight that is the Pro license, which allows you to hunt any dinosaur on any map. Now, as a concept, I'm not opposed to map-specific dinosaurs if your dinosaur roster is large enough and it makes sense that those specific dinosaurs would be reserved to those specific areas. But when your dinosaur roster is only 6, limiting certain ones to certain areas feels really handicapped. This Pro license, though, has absolutely changed the game. For the past 8 years, I've wanted to hunt a T-Rex on the Great Forest at dusk, and for 8 years, I have not been able to, because Carnivores HD and Reborn just arbitrarily said no. But now, I can do that. And I have done that. And the T-Rex is actually a fearsome predator now with the fixed pathfinding, and it's just all so wonderful. You can completely customize your hunts to track down whichever dinosaur you want, wherever you want, and it's just so much fun, which is how the game should be. The way the game handles it I think is pretty great too. The Pro license is super expensive, so you still have to build your way there. first experiencing certain dinosaurs on certain maps like the game wants. And then, once you're considered a pro, you can go back and hunt whatever you want, wherever you want. This is just an all-around fantastic inclusion. It makes sense, it feels earned, and it makes the game so much more fun. Alright, so there you go guys. These are all of the at-launch features of Carnivore's Dinosaur Hunt that I think are worthy of recognition and improve the game over its predecessors. I've also got a couple of videos in the works about what I think the game still needs to fix, one covering the gameplay mechanics and the other covering bugs and glitches. I feel like those two are going to be the more important videos to make, but I wanted to be fair and give proper credit where it's due. I want to see Dinosaur Hunt succeed, and I think using my platform to bring awareness to the good and the bad of the game is the best way that I can make that happen. So let me know guys, what's your favorite aspect of Dinosaur Hunt? What new features do you hope to see added to the game in the future? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. And be on the lookout for the next couple of videos talking about what the game still needs to fix. I'm hoping they can all be one big 3-part feedback video for Digital Dreams to consider. Thanks as always for watching guys, you are all truly the best, and I will see you guys next time.